Feel confident in your investments, just like crash-proof consumer Joanne Mattia from Downingtown, PA.
I heard about crash-proof retirement on the radio and decided it was something I needed to look into because I had just come out of the 2008 crash where I lost a substantial part of my 401k, which was the largest part of my savings. Phil and Joanne have done a really great job. It just seems to me that they're concerned with everyday people, and that's what was important to me. And when they're speaking with you, they take a personal interest in you. And I like that as well. I feel confident that I'm not going to lose my initial investment, my principal. Every year I'll have a review here. Going forward, I can be confident.
Register for the next educational event with Phil Cannella and Joanne Small happening Thursday, March 3rd at the Benvenuto Restaurant in Boynton Beach. Call 800-722-9728 or go to crashproofretirement.com.
Our Florida Reefs is a community-based planning process for the future of Southeast Florida's coral reefs. Community representatives have drafted recommended management actions to better balance the use and protection of this valuable resource. We invite you to learn about and add your voice to the conversation by attending one of our upcoming community meetings in January and February of 2016. For a complete list of dates and locations, please visit ourfloridareefs.org.
My husband drinks with friends after work. He has a couple of drinks at home with dinner and a few more while we watch TV. A counselor recommended I try Al-Anon family groups. I didn't want to go to Al-Anon, but I'm sure glad I did. Is someone's drinking breaking your heart? You might be surprised at what you can learn at an Al-Anon family group from people just like you. Call 1-888-4AL-ANON or go to alanon.org.
My job, finances, everything's so crazy. I just want to feel in control. With Sam, I can.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
1230 WBZT. The thoughts and opinions expressed are those of the sponsors and don't necessarily reflect those of this station or iHeartMedia.
Lunchtime! So, how's your morning going up till now? It's noontime, and two boys from Brooklyn want to serve you a huge portion of humor for lunch. So break out the lunch pail, or the sandwich you packed, and let Les and Freddie S bring you jokes and nostalgia mixed in with important information about medicine, food, dating, or just the stuff you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. And if you have a story about anything you want to share, a bad date, a movie review, or just the strangest thing that happened to you at work, call in and join the fun toll-free at 1-800-889-0267. Right now, sit back and let's start the lunch break. Freddie S. and Les are ready, so here are the boys.
And, are we on? And, good midday, Florida. You're not going to be coughing all the time, are you?
I will do my very best.
All right. Les, where are you on the golf course, Les? I got Liz. I got a whole room of people in here, and Liz, to me, sounds very, very sickly. But she says she's not contagious.
Fine. I am not.
We will get to that in a second. She's doing fine. Today's show can be watched on amp2.tv. We want to thank our sponsors, amp2.tv, the only internet truly plugged in. And I'm watching Liz here get ready.
And I'm ready.
And Health and Wealth Seminars. And we have Sky H2O, where the water never hits the ground. Is that what the saying is?
Yes.
Yes. And I have my partner in crime, who, for a sick person, you look pretty good.
Thank you, Freddie. Isn't that sweet?
And you can watch her on amp2.tv today. And there she be.
I missed you guys.
Yeah. I mean, you call every day. How can you miss us?
Yeah, but you can't hear me when I'm talking, so, I have to make up for it today.
and of course, we have the famous Connecticut, the border.
Hi, Connecticut. I missed you, girl.
You do look fabulous. You look fabulous.
She looks better sick than she does when she's not sick.
I don't know how to take that one.
You have a room full of estrogen, my friend, so be careful.
Yeah, I know that. And last, I'm going to get you back for this today because I have only women on the set today. 1, 2, 3, 4 women on the set. So please, if you're a woman, don't call in because we don't need any more. Thank you very much.
Now I know why Les has problems with these.
Why?
Sitting over here, something about it, they just slip on by. Hold on, there we go.
You
think
had
I
them
got it
inside out.
organized. I did. Well,
I
you know, a
didn't wanna
couple of
say
days in the
anything. I
sick
thought it was
bed and
funny.
you just sort of
I thought
forget
it was
everything.
kind of funny. But today we have Dana. You ready?
I'm ready.
Because I'm going to get you taking your earrings out.
Yeah.
Today we have, of course, we have Daisy
Hello,
Cedeno. Daisy, I don't like that name. We have to give you something.
What's going on with my name?
I don't know. We got to give you something more.
Hello?
More Latina.
More Latino? That's you
Daisy's
can make it
pretty
more like
Latino.
Latino.
Daisy
Cedeno
is-
with the ñ in the middle.
Cedeno, I remember, was a ball player for the Cincinnati Reds. Other
Oh,
than that,
there you go.
You remember him, right?
Yes.
You're not his.
No, we're not related, but it's okay.
And we have.
Here I am.
And we have sitting next to you
Yes.
a newcomer to the show, Dana Hamill,
Good morning. Good morning.
who I think is Greek.
Good morning. Wait a second. No. Good
or
morning. Wait a second.
Did I already mess that up?
No. It's already a little bit past morning.
But why, Freddie, are we discussing what people are? Greek, Spanish, Jewish, Puerto Rican? Who really cares?
Because when you have a talk show full of a lot of different backgrounds, it's kind of fun
Diversity.
to talk about them.
I know, I'm just giving them a hard time. Plus, if we're all based in Brooklyn or have some relationship to Brooklyn, which I don't know if you girls do or not, I mean, that's really what's
Not
part of fun about
necessarily.
this.
Well, she's from the Heights. She has history there.
There you go.
Dana
Washington
probably
Heights.
never been to New York in her life.
You know, I've been once. I'm a California girl, but I can give you that West Coast view.
I like
I lived in LA. I lived in Marina Del Rey for 7 years.
Very
She's
nice.
she's a surfer.
Or I
Okay.
dated him.
Oh, she dated them. She either dated the Greeks or she dated the surfers. So
It's all Greek to me.
So how are we feeling today, Missy Fu? How are you feeling?
I feel great. And as I was telling the girls, you know, normally everybody has to do this dress down Friday, but I'm like, go crazy, dress down Thursday. I'm all in my denim today, feeling really nice and
You look
warm
like a
and
giant
cozy.
jean. Well, you're
I
dressed
do.
because we're about to get Arctic Blast this weekend.
That's what I'm getting ready for, and I love that.
You getting ready for that today?
Yeah, preparing in advance. Isn't that the way to go?
Is that the way to go?
But, you know, just try to avoid the chill. I have to say, the wonder drug is prednisone. Oh, my goodness.
Another
I
one.
feel so much better.
Another one on medication. We should do a show
I
just
had-
on medication.
They told me I either had bronchitis or walking pneumonia. I don't know which, so they're just
Whatever
treating
you're
me.
walking around with, don't bring it in here because those,
I am
those
okay
sound like
now.
very contagious
I
diseases.
know.
Soon as
She
you're on
says, "Oh, I'm not contagious."
when you're on antibiotics for more than 24 hours, then you are no longer contagious.
I'm not feeling too good right now. I just want you to know. I was feeling fine before I got here.
It's all psychosomatic.
Is it?
Absolutely. Can we get into some fun topics?
Yes. What do you got? What do
So-
you got, sickly lady?
Freddie asked me to do my homework, and he missed the fact that I do my homework, and we have a fellow reporter in the room, so she understands.
I never said you didn't do your homework.
So, no, I know I'm saying that you do say I do my homework, so I went ahead and did it. And so what I did is I looked at some hot topics as to what was trending today, and the thing that was glaringly standing out to me, especially after Valentine's Day, was this particular headline. Public octopus orgy canceled due to cannibalism risk. Okay, let me show the camera.
Wait a minute. Hold
So-
on. Say that in English slowly again.
Right.
What
So,
is it?
public octopus orgy canceled due to cannibalism risk. I'll read you the story very quickly. If there's anything cuter than animals coupling, be cuddly together. For example, over the Valentine's Day weekend, the Houston Zoo posted 18 photos on Facebook of animals being cute together. So I'm showing the fans, if anybody's looking in, all of these 18 animals being cute
honey,
together.
that doesn't work.
Well, all right. So there are a lot of animals, just to describe it for radio. We've got walruses kissing and, you know, dogs
Okay, let me
snuggling,
get this
etc.
straight. You bought an orgy of animals.
I did. Not having an orgy, just coupling.
Coupling.
But
That's
the
your big
story is
story
called
of the day.
Public Octopus Orgy Canceled Due to Cannibalism Risk.
Yeah, because they eat each other up.
See, he just told the ending. Like,
But,
so it's.
but come on, you don't have to be a scientist to
I didn't know
understand.
that. Did everybody in the room know that octopuses have sex and then they eat each other?
I'm still shocked by the title. I'm
Okay,
still like,
so
what's
here's-
going on?
You didn't know that? So let me get this right.
No.
You read.
We're all dumb blondes in the room. What can I say?
I'm like,
I did not know.
what in the
You didn't
world
know where
is
she was
going on?
going? You don't
No.
know
I
that
just heard
octopus is a
orgy and
No,
I
but
was like
no, but
shaking
there's-
over here.
There's more to the story than just
You
them
see?
eating each other. Okay?
Did you catch this? You saw what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Hey,
go ahead.
hey, wait. Shh.
That's one.
Hold on. Let me finish the story. So, according to the story, you'll notice there's no octopuses in the collection of animals having sex. I like that one. Better than this.
Yes.
So, okay. On Valentine's Day, the aquarium invited people to watch sea creatures mate. But this chance to watch some 8-armed nookie was called off. The aquarium staff said they were afraid that their male octopus, a 70-pound cephalopod named whatever, is too big for the females who are 30 to 40 pounds and he might eat them. But the problem was, even if he didn't eat them, as soon as he had sex, they soon die after. So I don't know, do you never have sex in your life, or do you have sex once and then drop dead?
Liz, I think the fever has gotten to your brain. You know,
You don't think that's a funny topic?
I don't think that's funny at all.
I'm still shaking over here.
You're still shaking?
Help me out,
I'm like,
girlfriend.
what's
That
going
is
on?
funny.
That you know, you got the sleeper sound there.
I love it and you thought your dating habits
Connecticut
were a
is not
nightmare.
even saying it. Connecticut's like
All right,
shocked like
you
me,
know,
right?
There you go. There's the funniness. All right, let's switch.
All right,
Let's switch gears. Let's talk about the young doctor.
Oh, the teenager in West Palm Beach.
The 18-year-old.
Have you seen it? We're all over the news. Everywhere. When you turn on the TV, everybody's talking about this teenager who opened a clinic in West Palm Beach, and he just started treating patients. He even brought a TV station to do, like a little piece on what he's doing over there. He didn't have a license, of course. He's a teenager, and now he went to jail.
And I think he's Les's doctor.
What I don't understand.
I think Les goes to this doctor. I'm serious.
No.
I don't understand how an 18-year-old boy who looks like he's 14, because I've seen him
You
too.
saw the picture,
Yeah.
right?
How anybody could walk into his office and not realize there's something wrong with this picture.
Do you remember there was a comedy or a series in the 1990s? I think it was a young doctor. What is his name?
Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser.
So everybody was like, "Oh my God, you're so smart!" They treated him like that. Could you
Right.
believe this?
Crazy.
They thought he was like a smart kid who did it, who became a doctor and all that. So everybody was like very interested in even talking to
They
him.
keep saying he's a smart Doogie Howser.
Exactly.
Where did he even get the money to open the clinic?
Well, first of all, let's start from the beginning. He got a degree, an online degree.
I love that.
And they use MD after his name because I think his name is Molokai Dikikshatar. So he says, that's just my name. But he does holistic medicine from what I understand.
Yeah.
Anybody in here ever have surgery done?
Yes, I had I had a double C-section.
Did you see the doctor that did it?
Of course I did.
I had my intestine came out of my belly button.
Ooh.
And I had a doctor that came in, and I said to her, it was a her, I said, "Are you going to perform this operation on me?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "How old are you, 4? I mean, come on." I mean, she scared me. She says, "Well, I want you to know I have a degree from yada, 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 and yada, yada, yada." And so I could see how he can get away with the look. I could see that because you go to...
Yeah, but he really looked about, I mean,
No,
he was
I know
very
what he's
young.
saying. I know what he's saying. There's some places that you go, there's a nurse there that you wonder, you look at them and you're like, what's going
I don't know.
on? You look
You
so
gonna
young.
touch me?
Exactly. But then they come up and say, no, I know what I'm doing, lady, or man, or,
But he had a practice. So if
I
you go into
know.
an ER, I understand.
He wasn't even hiring
Wait.
somebody. He was trying to hire somebody from a next office. I think he was a dentist, and he was trying to hire this person.
If you
to
go
work with
into
him.
an ER, I can understand because you don't see degrees in a wall. But when I go into a doctor's office, I don't know about you guys. I mean, joking about dumb blondes or whatever, but the first thing I do when I see a doctor is I look around the office, I see if it's clean, I take a look at their degrees, I make sure that they have credentials. I don't just go show up somewhere and just say, hey, treat me. I mean, that was your own foolishness.
So why are you doing this? Shouldn't you do that before?
And we have to understand.
Yes, you do your research before, but if you don't do your research before, for
You're gonna
whatever
do it in
reason,
his office?
let's say you go into somebody's office and you're just checking them out for
No,
whatever
I
reason.
I don't do that.
The bottom line is this kid, people were being treated by him, and
Yes.
he had no degrees anywhere. I mean, he was just...
There's one thing that I was thinking. Usually you get a referral or you go to a doctor that your insurance, they send you, okay, you are assigned to this doctor because of your insurance. So he was not really anywhere.
Right.
But if he was practicing holistic medicine, which is alternative medicine, which means there's no scripts, there's no traditional medicines involved, maybe what he was doing wasn't completely illegal.
That's right. Maybe he was
That's
giving
what
you
he's trying
iced
to get
tea.
away.
Maybe
gives you
yeah.
tea
Or
and a vitamin.
medicines.
That's right. He sticks a needle in your arm, it
know
goes
what?
through the other side, then he gives you a tourniquet.
The shame of it all is here's a really smart kid
Obviously.
who's ruined his life, and that's really the shame of it all.
Well, he's saying that he didn't ruin his life, that he didn't do anything wrong.
And he might not have if it was pure holistic medicine.
That's right. I mean,
Alternative treatments.
I know a lot of holistic
Massage.
doctors.
Yeah, I do as well.
And some of them are kind of scary.
Don't
to
they need a
deal with.
license too, though? You can't just call yourself a holistic doctor.
No,
you can.
Yeah, there's some
No.
there's some classes that you can take online, and you can become like an alternative medicine. And then the
Absolutely.
worst thing is that he put MD.
That's
what's the
that's
problem.
right,
that's what
He
he's gonna
put
get caught on.
MD
Medical
right
doctor.
next to his name.
But he said that was
do
the
that.
initials to his first letter of his name.
Yes.
Well, that was
Well, that's the way he's smart enough to hook it, because then he probably knew by doing that I'm bringing in patients and creating a trust factor that really shouldn't be there. And at the same time, if I ever get caught, I can always fall back on my initials.
Well, now he's
So
Where
I'm
is
sure
the
he thought it
mother
through.
and father of this kid? Where's the mom and the dad? I
Probably
want to know.
hiding
I mean,
his shame.
they were the ones that probably had to sign the lease and give the down payment for the rental of the space and all of these things.
They should be some liable a little bit of this.
Listen, I give the kid a lot of credit. I mean, first of all,
Yeah,
he
he's
got
smarty
away
pants.
with it, number one. He was a little bit smarter than the average bear, number two. If he didn't kill anybody or hurt anybody, I mean, what do? You're going to throw him in jail for what? For helping people?
Because you have to make an example that what he did is not okay.
Well, what he did isn't okay, but is it?
It's
I
a
mean,
crime.
No, it's
listen,
not okay.
let me ask you a
Yes, it
question.
is.
You can buy all sorts of stuff online, correct? You could buy a hospital online. You could buy a bazooka
An
online.
island, your own country.
Right.
There's some.
You could buy your own island.
So why not a medical degree?
You can buy somebody else's island online that doesn't even belong to you. But you can buy anything. You can buy drugs. I mean, they have these shops now, and you buy it with that funky money. What's that funny money that they use? It's online money.
Bitcoin.
What is it?
Bitcoin.
That's right, Bitcoin. So you don't use cash, you do Bitcoin. But you don't. Where do you buy Bitcoin from?
The Bitcoin bank. I don't know.
That's just it. That's how you get in that game. So you can buy anything. So he's no different. You go on. There are doctors now. You go online. They look at you through the cam, and they tell you what you got.
Yeah, there's everything in
And they put prescriptions. Now, how do you do that interstate? If you're in New York and I'm in Florida and you're a doctor doing this, is that legal?
That's the thing.
So, I feel that it's not legal. But let's move on to something else.
Well,
How's that?
In ending this, I wanted to send you undercover
Okay.
to go see this doctor
I would do that.
and to see if you can be a patient.
I would absolutely
That
do
would be
that.
See if
Being
he's still taking
undercover
out
is
his-
a
You
lot
have
of
to
fun.
calm down before you get there because I see you a little bit excited.
Yeah, you can't
Don't
go.
smack this poor kid.
You can't go and snoop in his office
like,
whether or not he's.
I'm a mama
you a
bear
doctor?
coming to get ya.
Exactly.
You
You have to calm down.
You can't go on his office and
no.
say
Exactly. Yeah.
I could be a good actress, kids. No, that would be fun. I would do that.
like you did with the
Yeah.
pizzeria yesterday. I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
that was a blast.
That was a blast.
Yeah. Actually, I'd love to do more bits like that, where we actually send me out into the field and I go and do things like
Yeah,
that.
I was thinking about that yesterday. The
That'd
only
be
thing is
fun.
I got to get somebody to be a bodyguard because knowing you start a riot in the mall.
Oh, come on. Have a little faith. You have little faith.
What do you, Daisy? What do
That's
you
what
think?
I was saying.
Daisy,
I was
what do
saying,
you
yeah, exactly.
We send her out there. She's gonna
Yeah, she
start a
has-
riot.
I'll tell you a funny story. When I worked, a long time ago, I worked for a couple of talk shows. You may remember these hosts, Montel Williams and Geraldo. And I I would be sent out
They're
undercover.
still doing something, no? Geraldo is doing
yeah.
something?
Yeah.
So
Geraldo Rivera?
I'm pretty sure
The
it was
drunk?
I'm pretty sure it was the Geraldo show. And I was sent out, and I was right after being out of an 8-year relationship where my boyfriend was cheating on me. So I was really
Oh, so Geraldo's the guy you wanted to talk to.
no. Hear the story. I was very anti-male at the moment, right? Because I'd been with somebody for 8 years. So when they offered me to do a show where I would go hidden camera and unveil cheating husbands, I was all for it, right? Because I was like, you know what?
You were hurt.
I was hurt, and I felt like every woman should at least know
are
that
super-
men have the. Listen, you want to cheat? That's fine. Just be honest about it. you
Okay,
know?
moving
So-
on.
So
You see, this is what I'm saying.
Where
This
this
is
is
not
going?
the.
So,
This is not the.
they
Liz
put
gets
really
on the
in-
phone and
so-
starts screaming male bashing.
No
Moving
male bashing,
on,
no bashing.
Moving,
But
moving
the funny
on.
part of the story was, so they put me into a bar, and they put a pair of sunglasses. Remember that song, I wear my sunglasses at night? So it was during that time period. So I'm wearing my sunglasses, sitting at a bar, and guy's sitting next to me, and he's hitting on me all night.
Ooh.
And my
she didn't get up.
sunglasses.
She didn't get up.
No, I'm just
Of
hanging
course
out
not.
talking to him. My sunglasses had a hidden camera right between my eyes, and so you don't realize how much you talk and bop your head up and down until you're wearing hidden glasses with a camera between your eyes. So the next day they get on the show, and this guy's on the show with his wife, and he's swearing up to them, "No, sweetheart, I love you. I'd never cheat on you, sweetheart." So Geraldo goes, "Really? Meet Liz. Liz, will you stand up, please? Do you remember this lady?" And he goes, "No, I've never seen her in my life." And he goes, "Roll camera." And there you are, see me at the bar talking to this guy.
Are you
and all
sure
see
that
is
was
my
not-
head going like this?
Are you sure it was not a setup? Something
No,
with
it was-
Geraldo. You know Geraldo?
No,
You'll
no,
do
no,
anything
no.
for ratings.
This was not a setup.
That's entrapment.
It was entrapment. It wasn't a setup. But it was, you know, I felt bad about it afterwards.
ever seen the show-
But it was the way these shows were done.
You ever seen the show Cheaters?
Yes.
Okay,
I think
so
I saw
that's what you
something, yeah.
described.
I
They
think
still
I saw
do that.
once.
And then they run after the guy who's cheating with the girl with 16 cameras, 15 guys around her, and then they tell the woman, "Go get him." And she's like a pit bull, and she attacks her boyfriend that's with another woman in the car, and she's like, "What's going on here?" So that's
Well,
what
it's
you
like that
just
show,
described.
What Would You Do? I love that show. What would you do?
Cheaters?
No, there's a show in there. It's called What Would You Do?
What would you
and,
do?
Yeah, and they set you up with a situation where they have, let's say, one little girl screaming and yelling at another little girl and pretending to beat her up, and they watch people walk by and ignore it. And then the one person goes up and helps,
Yes.
and they say, "What would you do?" And they come up with the camera and they say, "Thank you for being the only person that actually stepped up. What made you step up and actually, do something about it?"
Yeah.
It's just, a study in human nature as to how people actually behave and what they do in certain situations.
There's some people who said, okay, I'm going to do something about it. And there's people who walk away and they don't want to get involved. And there's people who even, are concerned of their reaction because if the camera was there and they saw that what they were doing, they would do something
it's a
different.
hidden camera. They don't know,
Exactly. So
right.
if they knew a camera was around, that's it. They will do something completely different.
Which, because we're all women in the room here, this leads up to my
Excuse
perfect...
you.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Excuse
except
you.
I'm pretending to forget Freddie for a moment here. But I'm going to bring it right to Freddie because this actually is right for him.
John Quiñones, and what would you do?
That's it.
Oh
I
my
love the way
God.
she says that. John Quiñones.
That's my accent.
So
What can
You know,
I tell
this is an hour show. I just
so
want you to remind you.
cute.
All
Okay,
right.
wait, but let me bring this to the other hot topic, which brings it to nipple or no nipple, breastfeeding in public or not. Right? And here's why I bring it up. The biggest story for the week was a Chinese woman testing her boob size by trying to carry pens under them. And the question was,
Pens?
Was it just a pen? And they weren't depressed. In other words, to make it look like they were bigger in the boobs with the
Pens?
nipples. Right. They were putting pens to make their breasts look
How
bigger.
does that work?
Who are these people?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's
What
the
country
story.
is that in?
It's
What
here.
country?
Here, where?
It's here.
Florida?
United States.
I'm probably in Florida because all crazy stuff happens here.
Hey!
So the story also highlighted how every part of the breast is okay for people aged 12 and older to see in America as long as the nipple isn't showing. And so it goes back to, I feel if I were to breastfeed in public and show just under the boob, nobody would care. But if the second my baby lifted his face off the nipple and the nipple showed right away, I can get arrested. It's just the topic of the day.
But do
So
you know?
does anybody have an opinion on that?
Do you know in New York women are allowed to go topless?
Of course.
As
Yes,
long as
there's
you
one
don't do
day.
it.
There's one day that is like
there's a
topless
topless
No,
day.
it's every day as long as you don't do it for money.
Wow.
So the question there is, it doesn't matter if you breastfeed. In New York, does it?
Right, but we're not in New York right
So
now.
you're
We're in
talking about Florida.
I'm talking about in general. This article here said
I
it was
think
the
everybody
story
should
of the week.
breastfeed in public.
I see people.
I think
see
children,
women,
men,
yeah.
anything that wants to breastfeed should breastfeed in public.
That's
How
another
would a
word.
man breastfeed in public? I'd like to hear
I said
how that
women,
works.
women. All women should
You said
breastfeed.
children or men?
Oh, men, yeah. Anybody that wants to breastfeed. Well, you're the one that brought it up.
I just say ew, and that's it.
But she said she breastfed till she was 20.
Well,
this
let me
one.
tell you
I
something.
breastfed till my child was 4.
I see people breastfeeding all the time. I think it's it
You
depends.
see people breastfeeding all the time?
Yeah,
Not
women.
4, I'm sorry.
I
He was
want to
3.
hang out with your people.
Wow.
What I'm trying to say,
three.
it's part of human nature. You just have to be a little bit modest about it. That's the only thing. Not like right in front. You go to a very secluded place. You just hide a little bit because it's a private
Yeah,
moment
but a
with you and your
child needs to eat when it needs to eat. So
But
if you're in
no,
a restaurant, what are you going to go to the bathroom?
No,
Let me
but-
feed you bacteria.
No, not that way. I
I
would
think
say
you
just not to maybe cover a little bit over here, and you can stay in your sit. when you're in a
I
restaurant.
love how she speaks.
And she's saying
You
this.
could stay in your sit.
Listen,
I
I
love it.
am for letting women breastfeed in public, and if they need help, I
I've
can
done
put a
it.
towel around them.
I've done it.
With a big hole.
I
but
did it. You have no
yeah.
choice. When your baby
Yes.
wants milk, you give it milk. But I think the point of this article is more about the fact that they're saying the breast is not a sexual organ, it's the nipple that's sexual, and that's why from 12 and older you can show breast but not nipple. And the point behind these Chinese women
12 and
is they
over?
wanted their nipples to look
12
more.
and
Yeah,
over.
12 and
See,
over.
I got a
it
problem
says.
with the age thing.
That's what it
Exactly, me
says.
too. I have a problem
The
with that
12 and
age.
over, if I had
At 12,
my daughter, I don't want her walking around with
No,
her
no.
breast
It
hanging
says
out.
12 or older can see breasts in America.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't say show. It says see
Well,
breasts.
if
in
you
America.
have
The problem
breasts,
is with these people that are writing these articles, they are in another world. They're not seeing
They don't
a
have any-
mother.
they don't have
it's
any
a mother
breasts.
and a child.
those are men
It's
writing
not
those
sexual at all.
It's not sexual. It's ridiculous.
That's right.
It
You know
is
what
what
makes
it
it
is.
sexual? When you say you can't see it.
Exactly.
So if you
Ah,
hide
this is
it, I want to see it.
Exactly.
If you don't hide it,
It's a mom and a
cares?
baby.
It's a mom and a baby.
as
There's
a matter of
nothing
fact,
sexual
all
about
women
that.
go topless. Nobody cares. Now,
Right.
if you start covering up,
Well, I remember years ago when I went backpacking through Europe, and my brother and I were
years ago when you showed your breasts.
My brother and I were kids. We were in our 20s and we went backpacking. And we couldn't wait to get to a beach where we could say, hey, we can go topless and run around the beach and it's no big deal. It was my brother, so I didn't care.
Exactly.
And it was so normal and comfortable. And yet, you know,
It's
the
another
few people
culture.
dressed you knew were the only Americans in the place. So
Boy, I could tell you could tell that there were only women on the set today because this is the most retarded conversation I've ever had in my life.
what did you just call it? The
Let's
most
take-
what?
Retarded conversation. Listen, let's
He just
let's
said
take a
because
break
women are on the show, it's retarded.
because I'm sitting on a set
So?
of breastises.
So?
Is it sexy to see a nipple?
How is that any
How
less
come a
retarded
man-
than talking about
Wait a minute.
football all day?
How come? Because in
Because you like football,
in
we like
football,
breasts.
a guy puts his hands right under that center, baby, to get that ball. Could be a blast. All right, why don't we take a break? We'll be back on the other side.
And we should talk about LT.
Yeah, we'll do a little bit of that too.
Please welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet network that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet television production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development and they use all the latest platforms to help make your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv. Or call them at 1-866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
Have you ever had a business idea that you thought would be a great solution to tough challenges in today's world, but have no idea how to get started? You don't want to waste investment money on ideas that just don't work. Introducing Health and Wealth Seminars, a sophisticated advertising agency with over 40 years in the ad business. What makes Health and Wealth different from other agencies is they fit your product into the public's need. They help put together the strategy of your business before you commit thousands of dollars. And just find out those ideas just don't work. Health and Wealth Seminars carry advertising contracts, radio and television contracts, and even a production service contract that will cover all of your business needs. Call today 954-303-9563 and let Health and Wealth Seminars carry your business to the next level. The number is 954-303-9563. And remember that what happens when you don't advertise is nothing. 954-303-9563 is the number you need to get your business started in the right direction.
Could one conversation change your life? When was the last time you talked and worked with someone, the right health practitioner, about your health and wellness? When was the last time, or maybe the first time, you received the personal attention and the individual program you deserved? Because no one program works for everyone. And the only program that will work is the one that is truly yours. Coaching for Health is a hands-on, customized health and wellness program that truly will change your life. Susie Bricker, a certified health coach, will be your personal advocate for living an energized and healthy life. She works with her clients to help them create and maintain a way of life that's healthy, flexible, fun, free of denial, and last but not least, gets results. By working together, bio-individual programs and lifestyle changes are made that are sustainable and that best support and target the individual needs and goals of each client. For more detailed information, please go to Coaching for Health's website at coachingforhealth.net or email coachingforhealth at susan.brickercoachingforhealth@outlook.com. Get the results you're looking for now and for the future, and give yourself the gift of great health and wellness that you so richly deserve. You're lunching with two boys from Brooklyn who invite you to advertise on their show. Share your good news. Just call 888-224-5422 and get all the information. There are plenty of options, and this could be a great chance to get the word out about your business or service. That's 888-224-5422. Now let's get back to those two boys from Brooklyn.
You come back.
Oh, hey! Welcome back to two boys from Brooklyn, and I'm not sure if we're broads or dames
And the
yet.
broads.
I like the broads.
Yeah, everybody likes the broads.
Yes.
We took a
So,
consensus.
we want to thank Dr. Pinozzo. Do you want to take it away?
Dr. Pinozzo, this segment is sponsored by the Pain Whisperer, Dr. Pinozzo. I can't take it away because normally who does this is Les.
I know. All I know is he's a pain whisperer, and I'm very sorry and disappointed that I missed his whole big day the
Yes,
other
you
day.
didn't go out to the seminar.
And I can't. Well, he would not have wanted me there, trust me.
Yes, he would have probably stuck a needle in your neck so you could stop coughing. But anyway, you can see Dr. Pinozzo's show here on WBCT and 94.3 FM on Sundays between 11 and 12.
Well, I'd love to come and visit him. In the meantime, so you know, Freddie, I like to ask every one of our guests how they eat their hot dog, right?
Yeah.
So before I get to asking
How
Dana,
they what?
how they eat their hot dog.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Right?
said
How do they eat
something
their
else.
pizza and how do they eat their hot dogs? So before we get to that, I found this really funny thing on the internet. It's a guy named Furious Pete. He's known as the best competitive eater in the world, and he holds multiple Guinness World Records and about anything you can imagine. And the cover of his new book is called Stay Hungry. And if people go online and they see us, they'll see it's a picture of Furious Pete. Looks like a big weightlifter guy holding a huge hot dog with mustard and sauerkraut. So for you, Les, this one's for you, buddy. So Dana, how do you eat your hot dog?
Oh, you're going to think I'm so weird. I put mayonnaise on it.
Oh, Dana, you in my club, baby.
Yeah.
That's how I eat it.
Really?
That's right.
I thought you was like the only one.
I do, but I can have mayo. I can put cheese with that mayo, make it a hot dog sandwich. Love it. Les, if you're listening, she's in my group.
Unless that one was for you, baby. I hope you're enjoying the sunny day golfing before the bitter freeze comes your way.
That's right.
I know somebody who eats it with a mustard.
Yeah,
mustard.
That's
mustard.
How do-
That's
how do-
how you
yeah,
should
mustard.
eat
It's
it.
either mustard or ketchup. But when she said
Mustard
mayonnaise,
with, yes,
even
and
better.
ketchup. Mustard and ketchup.
See
Both.
that? You see that, Connecticut? Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, that's just wrong. in
When I was
so
in
many
Colombia,
ways.
that's how people were eating it over there.
With mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Colombia?
Yeah.
But she's
with
Greek.
mayonnaise.
Who's Greek? Who's Greek?
dated a Greek.
I'm just making funny. Well, if you dated a Greek, you had some Greek in you.
Then you have some Greek.
I went
By
to
injection.
Greece on my first honeymoon.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
I didn't want to leave. They gave me a house in Greece in that day. They gave you a house if you stayed.
I spent some time in Greece, in Santorini, which is stunning.
Isn't it
Corfu,
nice?
doing some shots and breaking some plates over my head.
My best
Back in
friend's
the day.
from Greek.
Your best friend is Greek?
Yes, it's Greek. Her name is Maria Salamis. So
Hello,
I say hello,
Maria.
Maria. She lives in Palm Beach Gardens and she works in PGA National Zone. My best friend.
Tell her to call up so we can get some tickets to the
Yeah.
PGA.
There you go.
So back to hot topics that we were talking about during the break. We also, another topic of the week was how the FBI wants to hack into a terrorist's iPhone, and Apple is pushing back. How does everybody feel about that?
Is it fair to... Well, they were doing it for the longest, but they didn't tell us about it until Snowden went to Russia.
This is different. What they want Apple to create an app specifically geared to get into the back end of this one particular phone, and their
I
claim
understand
is
that. But what I'm saying is, constitutionally, until Snowden blew the whistle, that was in place. They were doing that.
They were doing it
They were
illegally.
spying on phones.
Right.
But Apple says the technology has not been built yet, and that they have been asked to build the technology, and they are reluctant to do so because
Exactly.
if they do so, they say it will get out. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. It will get out.
Who's going to be using this technology?
The
Only
FBI.
the FBI. But
And
at the
CIA
same time,
and ISIS
but
and
our
every terrorist
privacy
in the
is
world.
going to be at
It'll
stake.
stay.
Yes.
The privacy of the
Gone.
regular
That's
is
right.
gone.
That's right.
So
That's
I
what
think
Apple
that's
says.
it.
Now, do you think that you have privacy now?
No.
No.
But
Okay.
we pretending that we do
Yeah.
makes me feel
To
a
make
little
you feel
bit better.
good.
Right, but we
The
don't.
Patriot Act allows the government to get into anything that they need to protect the country, right?
Exactly.
So when they do it out in the open, this is what I'm talking about. If every woman walked around topless, it wouldn't be a problem. So if you do the thing out in the open, you know,
See,
I
he's
put that
bringing
account.
it back to boobs, but
I'm
he's calling
saying, if
us
you
the
do it
boobs.
But if we say anything,
If
that's
you
it.
do-
It's a female topic.
If you do it out in the open, it's a problem. So they want to spy on people, and they want Apple to build it, and it's a problem. But they've been doing it for years. What do you think? They don't know?
Yeah, but
What
the,
you say?
I
It
guess
is
the
public.
point, it's a new technology. They're looking
Oh,
for something
very
that's
new.
gonna go
No,
even
there's always
deeper.
Oh,
a
it's so new.
second
It's an
agenda. I think there's always like an agenda, hidden agenda, because why is this public now? I mean, we're talking about the
Well,
FBI,
because
we're talking about the CIA. You know what I mean?
Did you see
They
what
know how
happened to the stock market? The number on Apple went down tremendously, and now
Yes.
it's going back up because of all this controversy.
Exactly. There's always a hidden agenda. Don't believe everything like that. You have to always ask questions. That's
Wait.
how I see it. When
So-
I'm reading a news, I'm
That's
like,
right.
what is
It's all the
this?
hidden agenda.
Conspiracy theorist right here. So you believe that the FBI is somehow involved in trying to help Apple get their stock back up?
That's right.
Nah.
That's what's happening.
Oh
Well,
my
oh, that's what
gosh,
he's
come
saying.
on,
Oh, no,
that's
okay.
a little bit beyond.
You think so?
I don't
Let me
see
ask you
why
a
would the
question.
FBI you-
Whoa,
so
whoa,
the-
hold on. Let me ask you a question, Mrs. I don't think so. You know, you're fighting a group of terrorists up in ISIS and what have you.
Right.
And you're fighting against your own weapons.
Right.
We left it.
We left there.
That we gave to them and
Right.
trained these maniacs to use. Okay?
Right.
So all of the contractors that built and sold those weapons, you don't think their stocks went up? You don't think
Of
those
course,
fires
that's totally
that were
different,
set?
though.
No, it's not totally different.
When you're in war, World War II, for example,
We're
right?
not- no,
So
no.
To
Hold-
drive the economy back up, part of the reason for the war was to drive the economy back up after the Depression.
Vietnam,
right?
Coca-Cola went
All
into Vietnam.
wars to drive the economy
to drive
back
the
up.
stocks up.
Correct. But I would not go as far as to say that FBI cares specifically for Apple's stock.
So why didn't they
We're
ask
not
somebody
talking
else?
about the economy.
So
You're
why
talking
didn't they
about
ask somebody
Apple's
else?
stock.
Why didn't they ask? And why does Apple decide to go public with this?
Because Apple wanted to
Oh.
drive their stock up.
Yeah.
That's not the FBI.
But the
having
FBI
an
gave
agenda.
them the venue. If the FBI says to them, "Listen, what do you think about this?" No, we're not doing it, and leave it alone.
No.
Oh no,
there's
but that
definitely-
didn't happen. And then I see the stock market jump up 900 points the last 3
We're
days.
talking apples and oranges here. I'm saying
Apples.
the FBI
Apples
isn't.
and oranges.
We are. I'm saying the FBI isn't wanting an app to drive Apple's stock up.
No.
That's the conspiracy that my good
What I'm
friend
not-
here was mentioning. I'm saying that
They don't want
part
anything
of
to do with
Apple's agenda to get involved and create this controversy is to drive their
But
stock
you don't
up.
think
That I-
CIA, FBI, they have the people to do it on their own? Why
Of
are we
course.
associating this
Of
with Apple? I mean,
course.
we're talking about a private company, and we're talking about
I'll
the.
tell you why,
the-
because
the
Well, you know,
Apple-
you're pretty good. You see, at least you're insightful. Because the bottom line here,
Oh, don't.
the
don't-
bottom,
I'm
I feel
boiling
bad.
cup
the
of tea on
bottom
him
line
right now.
here is that this is a game of numbers. This is about money. This is about
You have to be
dollars.
careful.
Why Apple? I'll tell you why Apple.
Okay, tell me
Okay.
why.
Why
Make
Apple?
it enlighten
Why
me.
Apple? Because from what the article said.
Oh, from what the
this-
article
Hold on.
says. Okay.
No,
This
no,
guy
please.
has an iPhone.
That's what I
So
heard as
the
well.
reason to be insightful. So the reason is, how about read the article? Here's why, and let's connect the dots in a maze. Because an iPhone is what the gentleman owns. So the FBI went to Apple and said, the gentleman owns an iPhone. We'd like to have you put a hidden app on his phone so we can get into information regarding him specifically. It actually says in the article they're not even looking for an app that's going to be for every terrorist. It's only geared
For this one
specifically for this
specific
one
phone. Yeah.
Period. Apple's saying no because that opens a can of worms. And Apple is now pushing it out into the public so they can raise their stock. So in that sense, I agree with both of you. But I do not believe, and I'm sorry if I'm the one who's not insightful here, that there is a conspiracy going on that the FBI is trying
Well,
to
let me
drive
tell
the
you
Apple
something.
stock
Let me
up.
tell you something. If I have a situation that I need your help, but it's very private. I will make you sign a bunch of papers before you open your mouth.
Like,
You know
don't,
what I
like
mean?
don't talk in
Do
public.
not talk about what we're
Of
going to talk about.
course,
So
of
I go
course.
with you, sit down in an office, and you
Are
go
you
and
talking to me
open.
personally?
No, I'm just giving you an
It happens
example.
to be 100% correct.
I talk to you, and this is private conversation,
Right.
and we're signing a bunch of papers. I'm the government. You go outside and you talk. I sue your.
I agree with you.
So what? So this
No,
is
we're
that's what I'm talking about.
No,
These people
I
are
thought
smarter
you were
than that.
saying that the FBI was specifically working with Apple to drive their stock up.
No.
That
No.
was the
They
point
have
of what I'm
there's a
talking
hidden
about.
agenda behind this.
There is a hidden agenda.
But
Because
what is the hidden agenda?
This
It's
is the
hidden.
question. It's a question of the year. But what I'm trying to say is, when you're going into a conversation like this, I'm talking about the security of this country. I'm the government, and I'm talking to Apple. This is not a conversation. Hey, come and help me with this. No.
Do
This
you
is
ever-
there's something going on.
Do you
That's
ever-
what I'm trying to say.
They're
This
trying
is
to
not
find a way to learn more about this terrorist, and it may or may not be the right way to go about it. I agree with you there, and I definitely think that the FBI shouldn't be making people aware of this situation. But part of the agenda is if we
They're
become
smarter than
aware,
that.
if we become aware who our terrorists are and who are on the watch list, then we, as our own responsibility, should make it our responsibility to be mindful of these people, because you don't know, you don't want to just hang them without really knowing for sure, but at the same time you want to be wary of the people around you. Times are different today.
I am worried about the FBI just talking so openly about the security of this country.
I agree
Not
with
very
that.
openly about it, just like a regular conversation. Let's go and have coffee, and then Apple goes and say, "Oh, the FBI is asking me for help."
It's like a bochinchero. Let me go
Exactly.
and say,
What is
hey,
this?
look
I'm
what they're
worried about the
asking me to
FBI.
do.
I get that.
I mean, come on. This is
That's
enough is
why-
enough.
It's like TMI. That's how you're thinking about it. Like TMI, we shouldn't know. Ignorance is a little bliss. Don't put the
Yeah.
private information of our security
There's some
out to the
stuff
public.
that you talk and then you decide, and then if it's something, there's a concern when it comes to knowing too much about a subject and who knows about this subject. You know what I mean? Like
It
what we
does-
should know and what we shouldn't know.
It does seem unlikely that a major American corporation would take on the federal government instead of working together. I kind of doubt that they
There's so
would wanna
many-
be
yeah.
adversarial.
Penthouse did when they wanted to
True.
come out with the pictures. Remember, they went all the way to the Supreme Court. I mean, it's a known case that if you're in the wrong, and what I heard this morning was that they are scared to death of what Snowden did. And because he blew the whistle on a lot of things, and they don't want him here back because he knows so much.
Yeah.
But why does one person have that much information? And the bottom line, I mean, I was at 9/11. I was there.
So
I
was
saw
I.
it.
Worked down at Ground Zero.
To me, everybody should be on a watch list because you don't know who you're having dinner with anymore. You just don't know.
I agree with that.
You can walk into a
But then that
McDonald's
brings us
tomorrow and not
back
be
to
here.
this conversation again. That's the point of the FBI. They want to be able to hear more, see more, and know
Yeah,
more.
but the FBI
and that takes our privacy away. So it's a catch-22 no matter
No,
which
it's not
way
a
you
catch
go.
22. There are ways of doing things. Don't go in and get into a match with Apple. You ask them, they say no, you move on.
And it has to
That's
be
it.
private. It has to be a private conversation with
course.
written papers where this conversation doesn't go anywhere. Why is this public? Yeah, that's the question that we have to ask ourselves. Why is this public?
Because
Why are we...
Apple wanted to drive their stock up. That's why.
I got a
public.
question that came in.
Okay.
Somebody asked, why aren't there private armed guards in movie theaters?
God, that would be awful. I would never
That'd be
take my
terrible.
children to a movie if there were private armed guards.
You'd rather
in the
get
movie
shot.
theater. No, I would
okay.
rather not my children live in fear every day and not even be able to go to a movie without seeing
Isn't
armed
that
guards.
sad that we have to have this conversation?
No.
The way that we grew up, just going so freely
I
to
know.
the movies. My mom would drop me and I was only like 15,
Yeah.
It was we were in another world with money in our pockets. Just go, buy popcorn, and that's it. And then pick us up when we're done.
When I was a kid,
And now it's like, am I going to come alive out of the movie theater?
when I was a kid in the streets of Brooklyn, the thing that I did at 8, 9 years old, my mother would let me go and ride my bicycle around.
Oh,
and
yeah, it's
she would
another
be
world.
inside cooking. She didn't even know where I was. I was riding up and down the street. She knew where I was, but our streets were safe on that little neighborhood. We were in Mill Basin. It was a safe neighborhood. But, we knew all the neighbors. All the kids played out in the street. I'm sure the parents watched out the window. But it wasn't like today where you're really, you live behind guarded gates. You have, communities. It's really a very different place for
What about
children.
metal detectors? Suppose you don't do the guards, but you have the metal detectors.
You go through the airport and you have to lift your arms.
you
and
do
they
that
have to-
sporting
9/11
events and
changed
everything.
everything. 9/11 changed the world.
And
Our world.
I worked down in Ground Zero for 10 months. I did a documentary down there, but that's a story for a different day.
But the bottom line is, do what they wanted to know. They brought it up as a topic of conversation. What about metal detectors? Metal detectors, you walk through it. They do it at stadiums. They ask people to see their bags.
I'm okay with that.
I would be okay with that because kids are used to that from the airport.
It's
but
schools.
I would not.
There's some schools.
True, depending on your area.
Have medical
Compton.
And what
wherever.
about teachers having guns?
No,
no,
I would not be okay with that. No way.
No.
Teachers are so inappropriate sometimes to begin with.
Yeah.
And they're teachers. Unfortunately,
What
There's
not
some
all
about-
teachers.
teachers that you wonder why
What about
is he a
having
teacher?
a selected number of teachers to protect the floor?
No.
And listen, me,
No.
I don't have a problem with teachers having guns.
No, a guard at the school
This
is
is
one
me.
thing. A teacher with a gun is another.
A teacher with a gun. I mean, what is the message that we're sending?
What's the message?
I don't
wanna
know. I
hear-
just
I got a message for you. Let me know
Guns
if you wanna hear
beget
it.
guns. Fighting begets fighting.
Yeah, I heard the old
Especially-
saying
there's
that
some
guns
schools.
don't kill people, bullets do, and you have to push the trigger and all that. But the problem I'm having is that for all of these incidents in schools, and 30 kids die, one kid dies because of whatever happens, that's too much for me. That's just too much. And like I used to tell people, I'm going to get a gun and I want to be able to walk around with it. I have a business. And if I get into a movie theater and they're going to come at me and I'm going to die and I know I'm going to die, I'm taking somebody with me. I'm just not going to sit there like an
See,
idiot.
men are very different than women that
Well,
way.
I mean, that's the bottom line, because if you're going to sit there and say, oh my God, what's going to happen? The first thing that's going to happen is you're going to freeze. You're not going to move. Your heart is going to come out of your chest.
Well, I'm going to jump over my child. That's the first thing I'm going to do.
But that's not going to help.
No, but it'll help protect my child, hopefully.
Maybe not. You shooting at the guy shooting at you is going to help your child.
And then everybody's shooting at each other, and it's a big. It's a
horrible
word.
But I'm not the
terrible.
one asking for that, Liz. I'm the one that's giving an answer back to what's being. I don't bring a gun to the theater. I'm not shooting anybody. They're shooting at me. There's a big difference here. You got to look at being shot at, not
Defend
shooting.
yourself. Defend yourself. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Why not?
Defending
I just
yourself.
feel like
I
if
think
we make it the answer is to make it harder for criminals to get guns, not easier for everybody else
I'm
to
not
get
a
gun.
criminal.
But now my answer to what you're
But I'm
saying,
not a
I
criminal.
understand that, but most people who are out there shooting away have some sort of a criminal mind.
Well, there's people who doesn't even have a record. I mean, they have everything is clean, perfect, and they go, they get the gun, drive a license, not even a ticket, not even.
That's why I
a
say
problem.
make it harder for people to get guns. Period. But we're supposed to have a happy lunch hour show. So can I redirect us back to something happy because we have about 10 minutes
If you
left of
talk
the show.
about octopuses again, I'm going to run out of here.
I want
no breastfeeding. No
Anybody
breastfeeding.
else is welcome to come up with a topic. Or how about Freddie, Mr. Male in the room, come up with something funny to talk about and change the topic.
I got something.
Okay.
And I was going to do this bit with a bodybuilder. I think I was telling the ladies outside.
Okay.
I went to see what happens in a gym when people go to a gym.
What do you mean by that?
You're going to sign up
Okay.
to join a gym, you know? And the first thing I found out was that to go to the gym, you got to look like Mr. or Mrs. America. You got to look fantastic. Because if you look like and wah, you know, working around with 3 boobs and things of that nature, you
3
ain't-
boobs. That'd
yeah.
be interesting.
Well, you're not gonna fit in. So
I don't even know where that came from.
That's
3 boobs.
the first thing I observed. The second thing I observed, I noticed that guys tend to go to one side where all the women are working out.
Well, because guys are there to look good and impress their women.
Guys
Why do
are-
people get in shape to begin with? Some people say it's so they can feel good, but the reality is it's so that they can attract their partner, right?
No, they want to feel good
It's
also
a
about
combination.
themselves. It's a combination of both, but at the same time, there's a health issue too. We have
Right.
to think about that. I
What's-
mean,
what's
the
being
health
a
People
gym?
that are getting buff, that's not about health.
It
That's
could
about
be.
wanting to look good and show
It
off.
could be.
It could be health too. You
Could
want
be
to you want
healthy.
to look fit. You want to look.
You can look fit, but what about the guy who's putting on, like he wants to say, hey, look at me, I lift 500 pounds. That's not about being fit.
And he has a tendency of doing
know what
that
you-
in front
I
of a
understand.
crowd. you
Right,
know?
he's
Yeah.
doing that to show off, and that's fine. And that's a lot of, there are 2 reasons people go to gyms, right? Some is to pick up. I was actually told by a friend of mine, funny thing enough, an Orthodox friend of mine, an Orthodox Jewish girl, she calls me up, she goes, I want you to go join that very expensive gym down in Delray because I hear that's where all the girls meet their Jewish husbands. I'm like,
Oh
really?
my
She's like, yes,
God.
they go in there specifically to meet a husband. So back to the dating.
So
he
that's
said
what
she
happened.
said
I heard about
that
that.
specific gym. It's like $150 a month. So you pay that for JDate or these other sites anyway. So there, she's saying just go to the gym, spend $150 a month, and you'll meet your husband.
I don't like to meet, like for example, when I wasn't
Didn't you
dating.
meet your fiance in the gym?
Yes.
In
No.
the gym?
No. But I mean, when I wasn't with anybody, I wouldn't like to just be like flirting at the gym because I feel uncomfortable. This is the place that I go and do exercise. In my weakest, moment, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not in the best, maybe picture, and you're lifting weights.
Right, because you don't have any makeup on.
You don't have any
I'm with
makeup, and I'm
You're
like,
not looking
don't even,
coochie-coochie.
don't even look at me. Just do this, and I'm
Yeah,
out.
but all the Puerto Rican girls and the Spanish girls, I know, they go with their bras.
We go, but
and
we
their
have
tight
it.
little pants,
Oh,
and they
there's
wear
no-
all their makeup, and they have their hair done big, and they go to the gym, and they're
No.
looking gorgeous.
No, all about the,
Oh, my
there's some
Spanish
stuff that we cannot hide. That's what it is what it is, But what I'm trying to say is that it's not the best place in that way because I don't have any makeup. I have a ponytail.
You don't, but I'm telling you, most of the girls I know, especially the Boca girls,
Yeah,
they're
they're
going
gonna go to the gym.
fully made up. And all you see those Botox lips and those plastic
Ah.
eyes. You
But
know.
then if it doesn't, you're flirting with the person and then you don't really like the person after you date him and then you go back to the gym and this person is
very
there.
uncomfortable.
It's very
Horrible.
uncomfortable. You have to change your
Horrible.
hours. You
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
change
yeah.
the time that you go to the gym.
You gotta
I'm with
change
you.
gyms.
I
Exactly.
actually like
Yeah.
I like when I go. I don't go to the gym because I don't like the gym. When I decide to get back into shape, I usually hire a private trainer or I do a group of 3 or 4 girls, and we do the outdoor. What is it called? The boot camp training.
yeah.
And I'll hire a trainer and bring 3 or 4 girlfriends and we'll boot camp, and that's how we get into shape. And we don't have to worry about men, and we just do that to get into shape. And it's a fun way to
see how
hang with
things
the
have
girls.
changed. Things have changed. When I was in New York, 18 of us from John Hancock, we were insurance agents. We all joined this gym. It was expensive, but only 3 guys worked out.
What were the other guys
We
doing?
were all hanging out, looking at the women. We would see who would go to the when they drink the vegetable juice, whatever the hell
juice
that
bar,
is. We
yeah.
the juice bar. We had to hang out, and everybody was hanging out.
Right,
It
that's
was like
what
eating
my
orange.
girlfriend says.
Eat an orange, and then they used to go to the bathroom and spritz to themselves, and they used to put it on their body
there
so
you
it looked
go.
like they had been working out hard.
Put oil on. We got 4 minutes, folks.
We got-
Any last words?
It wasn't any oil, but it looked like that. And then
Well, I seen the guys. They're not really working out, but they're watching the girls when they're running on the treadmill. So I'm like,
yeah.
you're watching
What do you
us
think they're
running
looking
in
at when the
treadmill.
girls are running on the treadmills?
Yeah, of
Back
course.
to our
They're
earlier
wondering-
conversation.
Our
They're,
eyes.
they're wondering if they're gonna breastfeed their child,
Correct, exactly.
and they want a front row seat. You see how we tie that whole thing together?
Exactly.
I like that
Love it.
translation.
Les, I'm gonna kill you, Les. You ain't playing golf no more on a Thursday.
Oh, come on. You loved it today.
Oh God,
It went
yes.
by like that.
I know. I gotta go lick my wounds.
We had fun.
Connecticut, we didn't even hear a peep out of
I
you.
know. That's what I'm thinking. What is going on with you, girl?
I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Too many women.
Too many women. That's right.
Well, 3 days in a sick bed, I had to start talking.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. She almost exploded. Anyway, what do we have on the agenda tomorrow? Do you have a special agenda tomorrow?
I don't.
Are you gonna
I-
be here tomorrow?
I will be here tomorrow. Anybody else?
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
There's a lot
Actually,
going
my
on.
sister and her son are in town for the weekend, so I'm going to get to see them. I don't get to see them often, so I'm excited about that.
Aw.
Very nice. You know what we forgot to do yesterday, Connecticut? The camel.
Oh,
What's the camel?
Mike.
That's right.
The
The
hump day.
camel is happy
Day.
hump day.
Oh, Wednesday?
Yeah, you never seen the commercial for the camel?
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
You have a camel in your purse?
No, not a camel in my purse. Do you have one in your bag?
No, I had one at home and I forgot to bring it.
Okay,
So
the
was it
last
camel?
thing I wanted to sort of think about is like each day I'm thinking we should do something silly and campy, whatever
I
it
love
can
it.
be.
What else
So
is
I'm
new?
thinking like what? Weird Wednesday? Something
Oh,
weird on
you're
Wednesdays?
gonna match letters. She wants to be ADD.
I want to do that.
She likes
Right.
structure.
It's a little fun.
She likes a structure.
Tragic Tuesday.
No,
Weird
Turnkey
Wednesday,
Tuesday. Turnkey
Monkey
Tuesday.
Monday.
Turkey.
Called alliteration.
Turnkey.
Turnkey. Okay.
Turnkey Tuesday, a way to bring on businesses that are completely turnkey and talk
Well, listen,
about a
businesses.
turnkey
You didn't give out the
business.
phone number today.
What was the phone number?
You
Oh my
forget
God.
about it now. We got 2
1-800.
minutes.
It's
Now
too
we're
late now.
done.
800-889-0267.
Visit us on Two Boys from Brooklyn and the Dane and the Broads, and
Listen.
right in there.
We were having
Kinda
so
something.
much fun. We forgot to let you guys call in.
Dana, my apologies for bringing you onto a wacky side.
Mystery Monday?
Mystery Monday.
Mystery
What did I tell
Monday.
you? She's
Freaky
gonna do
Friday?
Tragic
already
Tuesday. And,
No,
and let's list
Turnkey
and let's list
Tuesday.
and let's list Thursdays. All right, listen, I want to thank
Hormonal
M2.
Thursdays.
Relax. M2.tv. I want to thank Health and Wealth. I want to thank Sky
Thank you.
H2O, Dr. Pinozo for sponsoring the show. And we have Latina here lady who does
Yes.
the news all over the country.
Daisy Sereno.
You didn't do the news today.
No, I was just letting you.
Yeah, well,
you
you're
know,
gonna do it. We're gonna
tomorrow.
open up tomorrow with that.
Tomorrow we're doing traffic and weather update.
Traffic and weather.
On here?
Yes.
Yeah, she
I did
does.
okay yesterday, right?
Yes.
Friday?
Very nice.
I did okay.
But I want to thank the ladies for coming in. Join us tomorrow at 12 to 1. Bring your pizza and a smile. And we shall check you out tomorrow.
Sayonara. Hey, I would love you do the traffic and weather, and I want to do the hot topic.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
It'll be fun.
Yes.
All right, say goodbye.
Say goodbye, Charlie.
Well, that's about it for today's lunch break with two boys from Brooklyn. You're invited to join the break every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon. So, if you missed some of the good stuff they served up today, there's more coming next time. Bring your lunch and the boys from Brooklyn will bring the smiles. And it's all live. See you next time. Now go and enjoy the rest of your day.